All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another Goodwill Hunting Extravaganza, episode 175. Yes, we've done a lot of these videos, guys. And by the way, happy 2025. It is a new year. Hopefully everybody's having a very healthy and happy beginning to their 2025. Your boy Tight White is taking a road trip. I am up in Dallas right now, up north. And, I have some business to attend to, but I also will be doing some video game hunting. That's why you're here. Yes, I am in enemy territory, guys. But I'm not worried. I got the move to protect me. Plus, do you really think I'm going to be scared of a regular human after surviving a zombie apocalypse? No, it's not happening. So, we're actually at our first Goodwill. We're in the parking lot. And let's go inside and see what we find. Alright guys, not a bad start. I think I need to move to Dallas. Alright, let's go over the 6th gen stuff real quick here. And then we'll get into the cartridges. I can't really see. Now what I'm going to do in this video, hopefully we'll find a lot of stuff down here and probably do some hunting back home as well. But I'm not going to talk too much about value now. I'm just going to go through the pickups, and then when we do the recap portion of the video, I'll tell you what I paid for everything and what the value of everything is. All right, first up here we have God of War Greatest Hits. It's in very nice condition, by the way. Now, I do own the black label of this, but this is complete. And in minty matte condition, guys. Everything was in really nice shape, actually. This is another game that I own the black label. Still hard to pass up on this. God of War 2. Both discs are in there. And this is a game that, surprisingly, I do not have for the collection. So a new edition here, Star Wars The Force Unleashed. And I've heard good things about this, man. I'm actually interested in playing this. Also in mini-max shape, CIC. Now, let's get to the cartridge finds here. Nice to see cartridge-based games at Goodwill again, guys. Very nice. All right, first up here we have Rescue, the Embassy Mission. Am I yelling? I feel like I'm yelling. Next up we have Street Fighter 2010. I used to have this, and I remember this being brutally fucking hard, if I remember correctly. Excuse my language. Next up is Track and Field 2.
Qualified.
Now, I remember playing, I think, the first Track and Field at a stop and go, either a stop and go or 7-Eleven growing up with my friend Trevor. And I've always been tall. I got long fingers. He's a short guy with short fingers. And he used to fucking hit those buttons so fast. Because basically this is a button masher, especially the 100-yard dash. And he would just smoke me in this game. But yeah, I have some good memories of playing this game on a arcade cabinet back in the day. So cool to be able to play that at home. Definitely need to pick up the first one as well. All right, next game here. A game that I don't think I've ever owned, and I don't think I owned as a kid either. Bump and Jump. And by the way, you might notice these are a lot cleaner than they were in the actual Goodwill because, you know, I carry Goof Off and Axe body spray in my car like every other normal human being. Wink, wink. All right, next up here we have the iconic, the classic sports title, Blades of Steel.
Fight!
Very nice condition there. Then we have one of my personal favorites, Life Force. Now I have the Sega Saturn, which has Life Force on it. I always get these mixed up. It has the Japanese version of it, and then it has Life Force 2, or Salamander. I think it's called Salamander. Life Force, Salamander 1, and Salamander 2. I think that's what it is. Really cool collection. All right, next up we have Karate Kid. I think this is just like a regular like fighter, like a kung fu type of game.
Freaking idiot.
I don't remember if I played it as a kid though. And next title here is Iron Tank. And we have a game that I've never seen out in the wild before, guys. And that is the game Mule. I think this is like some kind of life simulator or business simulator. Let me know in the comments below, man. But yeah, really cool to pick that one up in the wild. And then the last cartridge game, this label's torn up on this one, but for the price I had to pick it up. And that is Off-Road. Which used to be a classic arcade cabinet as well. I think it was the one that you like look down on. Like the screen wasn't like upright, it was like kind of at an angle. And you could play, you'd have like 4 different steering wheels on the arcade cabinet. You could play like 4 players simultaneously. I think that's the game I'm thinking of. All right, guys, that's it. 3 PS2 games, bunch of NES stuff. Really great start to the Dallas trip. Now, MapQuest tells me there's a Goodwill 3 miles from here. So, as they say in the business, on to the next one. All right, I hit up a couple more Goodwills here in Dallas. You know, I wish that there was a sunroof on this car, so God could look down on Tight White and watch his Goodwill finds. Remember that Snoop Dogg video where it's like him versus New York, and he's walking through downtown New York, and he's giant sized like Snoopzilla, and he's knocking down buildings? That's me. I'm Tightzilla, and I came to Dallas, downtown, and I'm knocking down buildings, causing destruction, finding games where no one could find games. All right, let's get into the pickups, guys. All right, first up here, this is not a video game, but I had to show it off because it's ridiculous. The complete seasons 1 through 5, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Complete, mini-max shape. This goes for, check it out, right there. Pretty insane. Hey, I know I said I wasn't going to talk about value, but I can't control what's going on here. I don't do the editing. All right, next up here is a game that I played this on the PS2, I believe. If this is like a straight remake, I will be happy about it because I want to check it out on Xbox One. Destroy All Humans. Let me know in the comments below if that's a straight remake. And then a very cool find right here. Godzilla Saved the Earth on the PS2. And I do own this on the original Xbox, but it does not have the manual. This does not have the manual as well. The problem with this one is it does, some humidity did get inside of it, the cover, because you can't remove the cover. And if you try to, like I did, like a dumbass, you will cause damage. So, but it looks fine, the cover, if you don't mess with it. But yeah, I did get some moisture inside of the, I don't know if you can tell. But the disc is not in bad shape. It's got a few scratches on, but nothing crazy. And that'll still flip for some money, because I don't need it. Yes, sir. All right, next up here. Really cool stuff here. No More Heroes 2, Desperate Struggle on the Nintendo Wii. I don't think I've ever picked this one up before. I believe this game is also on the Nintendo Switch. And it's complete, mini-max shape. All right, next up we have One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 on the Xbox One. And then to kind of go with that one, we have One Piece Burning Blood. I know nothing about the One Piece games. On the Xbox One as well. I picked this up to flip with one of my Xbox Ones because I'm selling one of them. Avengers. And then very nice to see Nintendo Switch games at Goodwill. First up is Lego Ninja Movie. Or the Ninja Movie video game. Oh, I'm butchering that. The Ninja. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Ninjago movie. And then we have Kirby Stars Alias? No, Allies. Kirby Star Allies. Very cool, very cool. And then next up is Transformer Battlegrounds. And then the last find at that Goodwill was on the Nintendo GameCube. I used to have this for my collection, but I sold most of my GameCube games a while back. And that's Beautiful Joe. And that goes for very good money. And it is complete. CIC and the disc just, or no. Why do I feel like the disc flew out? Because it didn't. Something felt like it flew out. Is there multiple? Oh no, I don't know what that was. CIC. All right, now, last of the finds here. For $2, Wii Sports. You'll see multiple pickups in this video of that, I'm sure. And then Endless Ocean Blue World on the Nintendo Wii. This thing is minty, guys. All right, you know the deal. On to the next one. Ma'am, can I see something before y'all go? Thank you. These games right here. Pretty sure.
Oh, can I please
we struck out at the last few Goodwills, but we hit another nice little lick here. More cartridge stuff. Now, everybody that knows me knows I'm not a big N64 guy. You know, I don't like the controller. I just never, ever really collected for it hardcore. I've always sold it, flipped it when I picked it up. I mean, I guess I collected for a little bit, but I'm just not I'm not a huge fan of it. It's not that I don't respect it, because I do respect it. I'm a PS1 guy through and through, you know what I'm saying? But, cool little lick right here. Let's go over the games. First pickup here is Diddy Kong Racing. Then we have Super Mario 64. Now this is weird, like, even though I don't love the N64, I respect this game and know how iconic it is, and know how, like, this is the game that started it all as far as going from 2D to 3D. Like, you know, I'm such a big fan of Metroid Prime series. Without this game, there would be no Metroid Prime series. This game was that bridge that was the perfect formula for turning 2D games into 3D games, if I'm explaining that correctly. And I've never put like hardly any time into this game at all. I've tried it out over the years, but I think for the first time, I'm gonna play this game from start to finish. I'm gonna dust off my N64. And I'm gonna experience this game, because I know it's just too much of an iconic game for me to never play from start to finish. So that's the plan. I'm not flipping this. I am gonna play it. Next up, we have Pilot Wing 64. .007, The World Is Not Enough, the blue cartridge. I think there's a gray cartridge in this as well. Then we have Virtual Chess 64. And last but not least, we have Star Fox 64. All right, guys, loving picking up cartridge-based stuff at Goodwill. And on to the next one. All right, guys, it's a couple of days later. I am actually in San Antonio now. Dare I say that Goodwills are starting to heat up on this road trip. I hit up 2 Goodwills already in San Antonio. Got quite a bit of OG Xbox games here in the first haul, and a couple of 360 games. So let's go through it. First up here, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2. I need to check. We'll go over this in the recap, but I think I have this on the PS2. So really not certain why I'm picking it up, to be honest with you. I mean, yes, everything, not everything, but the majority of games are better on the OG Xbox, but it's not like I'm going to be playing a ton of Cabela's. All right, next up here, this is kind of cool. I think there's 2, yeah, there's 2 of these games. I own one of them for sure. Well, you know what? I own the factory sealed copy of the first one. But this is Backyard Wrestling 2, There Goes the Neighborhood, with ICP on the cover, at least one half of ICP. I don't know who the black guy is, to be honest with you. You know, I gotta say, I mean, it is pretty difficult to be a white rapper after Eminem did what he did, especially if you have clown makeup on and you're coming from the same city as him. But I gotta give ICP some credit. They have a hell of a crazy-ass fan base, the Juggalos, and you know what? It's pretty cool being on the cover of an original Xbox game, being part of a wrestling game. You gotta give them credit on that. It's pretty badass. But yeah, I think this runs for... Oh, yeah, that's right. We're not talking value until the end of the video. My bad. So shout out to ICP. Next up, we have Cabela's Dangerous Hunts Platinum Hits Edition. All these are complete, by the way. I don't know why I picked that up, to be honest with you. I think I have it on the PS2. Next up is MX versus ATV Unleashed. Let me see. I do have this on the PS2, but eventually Insignia will support this, and this will be online. Yeah, online enabled. So one day, Insignia hopefully will support this game, because it's a really fun game. I would love to play this online. I have the regular edition, whatever you call it, black box edition. This is the best of Platinum Hits, Fusion Frenzy. Now, this is a title that I've been wanting for a long time. I have played this before, and it's a Western first-person shooter. And a really cool title, man. This also, I believe this is an exclusive to the original Xbox, unless it came out on PC. It's definitely a console exclusive. Dead Man's Hand. Pretty badass, pretty badass. A title that I needed for the collection, and that is The Hobbit. This is going to be a dupe for me, I'm pretty certain. Yeah, I'm definitely certain. This is definitely a duplicate. Brute Force. Another game that I'm pretty sure I needed for the collection, Driver 3. Never got into the Driver games. I know they're very similar to Grand Theft Auto, from what I've heard. Then we have 007 Agent Under Fire. I have this on the PS2. Pretty certain. Unfortunately, that's the only one missing the paperwork. And then a game that I've never played, but I've heard great things about. I do have a copy of this, but it's kind of hard to pass it up for $3 is what they're selling it for. And that is PsyOps. Your mind is the ultimate weapon. Midweight title here, guys. CICZ. So that's it for that haul. And then, oh no, I'm sorry. Got a couple of 360 games as well. Now this game has continued to go down in value over the years, but still, it's hard for me to pass up on it, especially when it's in Minty Mac shape like this. It usually sells for only like $10 now. If you're patient and it's in great shape, complete like this one, you might be able to squeeze 15 out of it. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't even think I might have tested this game out before, but I put no time into it whatsoever. I know I'm crazy. Definitely got to get on the Grand Theft Auto games. You know, it's like that way on the PS2. I mean, I never really put too much time into Grand Theft Auto 3, San Andreas, Vice City Stories. I just never have gotten into the games. And anytime I do play the game, I can't focus on what I'm supposed to do. I just go beat up hookers on the street and shoot pimps and try to kill cops. And I don't follow the game. I don't do any of the missions. Like, I just get distracted. I don't know. Now, this title right here, rest in peace to my boy David Van Hollick. I don't want to get sentimental here, but we used to play the shit out of this game. And, man, what a great time I had with David playing this game back in the day online on 360. Basically, the prime, or the height of online play, I think, was the 360 days. And, this title and a bunch of other titles we used to play the shit out of back then. And, yeah, and for you guys that don't know, I mentioned it before, I actually host a insignia event every week on Saturdays. It used to be 6 o'clock, now it's 5 o'clock, where Unreal Championship on the original Xbox. We play 1 hour online, and I usually have a good showing, so, yeah, man. Pretty cool shit. All right, now Goodwill's starting to catch a little bit of fire here, guys. Found 3 Xbox 360 games, 2 heavy hitter-ish type of games here, I will say. And the first of those titles is, make sure I'm saying this right, Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. You can see the price sticker right there, $2. It's like a $50 game, guys. CIC. Definitely going to be flipping this. I'm not into Dragon Ball games at all. So, incredible find there. And then even a better find, Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2. This game goes for some good money. We'll talk about it in the recap. But, yeah, man, this is complete. Couldn't believe I found this. Or actually, both of those titles. And this title, I bought this basically because of rest in peace, David. I remember him back in the day, he used to talk about this before he passed away. And he used to hype this up. He's like, man, the new Duke Nukem's coming out. We got to get it when it comes out. I regret not getting it. I'm pretty sure he picked it up. And I remember him being disappointed by it to a certain extent. And, but it's still cool. And for $2, you know, I'm not going to pass up on it. And I'm definitely going to try it out and see if I like it. It is complete. Yeah, man. All right, guys, that's it. On to the next. what's up everybody? Welcome to the recap portion of the video. As you can see, N64 paid $9.99 for that. Came with the power cable. I have some extra AV cables. Obviously, Super Nintendo, GameCube, they're all interchangeable. We have Super Mario 64 inside the N64, which again, I'm going to keep. I did pay, well, we'll go over the 64 game since I have this, since we're talking about the console. And then we'll go to the other console pickups, and then we'll run through the games. So I paid $19.99 for Super Mario 64. Has some label damage. I would say with the label damage, it's worth between $30 and $35. A solid label you can get up to $40 for. But again, I'm not flipping it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to play through the game. Next title here is 007, The World Is Not Enough. Paid $6.99 for that. It goes for like 15 to 20. Next up is Diddy Kong Racing, and we paid $14.99 for that. It's like a $25 game. The label got messed up on this because I was cleaning it with goof off, but paid $9.99 for this. Pilot Wing 64. It's like a $20 to $25 game. And then we have Virtual Chess 64. Paid $4.99, like a $15 game. And then the last title here, it's like a $20 game I paid $9.99 for, and that is Star Fox 64. All right, console pickups. Now, even though this says $39.99, I was talking to the pricer. I got into a conversation with the pricer at Goodwill, and he actually went to the back and grabbed this. I asked him if he had any consoles coming out. He went and grabbed this for me. I told him I didn't want it. He said, well, what will you pay for it? I told him $20. It's probably the max I'd pay for it. Told the cashier to ring him up for $20 and paid $20. So there you go. Now, the thing with these is you got to watch out for the hard drives. If they have hard drives in them, it's a big plus. And this is an official 360 hard drive, 250 gigabyte. This goes for like 15 to 20, just the hard drive alone. So good deal on that. I tested it. It does work. Then another 360. By the way, guys, I have 9 Xbox 360s now. I got to start flipping these babies. Paid $9.99. You can see it's really scuffed up. Tested this today. It does work. $10 for a working Xbox 360 is definitely a win. And again, this has a hard drive in it. I don't think this is an official one. It's like a Chinese one. Yeah, it's like a China one. But anyway, that's a 120 gigabyte. So that's probably worth $10 just for the hard drive. Now, what's cool about this console is it has 23 full games on it. It has like Crysis 3 on it, Metal Gear Solid 5. It has some quality titles on the hard drive, saved to the hard drive. A lot of times you'll get a 360 and it'll have games in the My Games section, but then when you try to load them up, they won't load. But I loaded up like 6 or 7 of them this morning when I was testing this. And yeah, man, full games on there. That's really good. Cool shit. And that did come with a proprietary, or one of those came with this. I think it's the S-Type. I think that's called the S-Type. I should know now by all the 360s I have. They both have different plugs on them, proprietary plugs. I had a spare for the other one, so. All right, now. Last of the console pickups. Paid a little bit much for, I paid probably too much for this, $39.99, but it is in mint condition, or not mint condition, but it's in really solid shape. Tested it, it works like it's brand new. You lot this with some games and some controllers, and I have all kinds of spare games and controllers. You can easily get $100 for it. All right, let's go through the games. We'll try to organize this a little better so we have more room. We've got a lot of games to go through. All right, we'll go by console. This is all the original Xbox stuff I picked up. And there'll be a few games that we go through here that you guys have not seen. MX ATV Unleashed. Fusion Frenzy. Dead Man's Hand. The Hobbit. Brute Force. Driver 3. 007 Agent Under Fire. Psyops. Look forward to playing that one. Backyard Wrestling 2. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts. I'm not sure if I showed this in the video. Been wanting this for a while. I did need this one for the collection. Flat Out. Very nice condition as well. Can't remember if Insignia supports this yet, but it does have online functionality, or it did back in the day. Picked this up getting really back into sports games again. 2005 was a great year for sports. I'm sure this is a badass golf game. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2005. CIC. $2.99 on that. I have multiple copies of this. Not sure why I picked it up. Well, probably because it's $2. And that's Project Gotham Racing Platinum Hits. And then a game that I picked up online. I can't remember what I paid for this. I think I paid like $10 for it. But I've been wanting it for a while. Never see it out in the wild. Quantum Redshift. It's like an F-Zero clone. Microsoft sold sex. I mean, they had no problem doing that. I mean, look at the breast on this chick. And that's a Microsoft published game. It's supposed to be a pretty good game. Look forward to playing it. Maybe I'll stream it. All right, so that's all the OG Xbox stuff. Let's get into the Xbox One titles. Destroy All Humans. Paid $2.99 for that. Paid $2 for this Marvel Avengers. And all the rest of these games are $2. One Piece Burning Blood. Burning Blood. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. I've never played the Borderlands titles before. I mean, I tested one of the games out, but I've never put any time into them. Let me know if I should play this. Borderlands 3. Then we have Diablo. I think it says Reaper Souls Ultimate Evil Edition. I think this is the second time I picked this up. I think I kept this receipt in here for some reason. Oh, okay. That was the show that I picked up. The 360 that I picked up, I paid $19.99 for it. I don't know if that's picking up. That's why I kept that receipt in the game. All right. Moving on to the Nintendo Wii titles. Wii Sports for $1.99. I think this game still goes for like $25. Then we have Endless Ocean Blue World. Paid $1.99 for both of those as well. And this game sells for about $20 in this type of condition. Now, this is the second video in a row that I picked this title up. And this is not just Wii Sports. It's also Wii Sports Resort. This is the combo pack. I sold my last copy from the last video. I think I sold it for like 60, 65 bucks or something like that. Maybe even, yeah, like between 60 and 70 bucks if I remember correctly. I'll post it right here in the video so you can see the sale. So watch out for that one. If you see the combo, it's worth money. And then at that same spot, and by the way, these are 99 cents each. This was a thrift store. This is not a Goodwill. Wii Sports. Loose disc. And the only PS1, sadly enough, that I picked up, but it was for 99 cents, is NFL Game Day 2001. The only GameCube game that I picked up was Beautiful Joe. $1.99 on that. Already showed that off in the car. PS2 titles. Godzilla Save the Earth. Paid $2.99 for that. Now, I've seen this game sell upwards of $60, but again, in this type of condition, I would probably appraise that between, I don't know, 35 and 40 bucks. This is a game that I picked up online, paid 99 cents in an auction for this, Big Mother Truckers. Put this down for a second. Oh, you know what? I didn't finish showing all the Wii games. I need to go back. This is complete. I need to do that for the collection. Forgot to show off a couple of Wii games. Let me go back here. No More Heroes 2, Desperate Struggle. This game flips for like 20, 25 bucks. Paid $1.99 for it. Complete. And then Resident Evil Wii Edition, or Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. Complete. Usually sells between 10 and 15 bucks. Paid $2.99 for it. All right, now back to the PS2 titles. I do own this title, but my copy is factory sealed, and that's Airborne Troops Countdown to D-Day. Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Needed that for the collection. And then God of War and God of War 2, Greatest Hits. This is another title that I own. I have the Grand Theft Auto collection. I think I got a factory sealed box, and then I have an open box that has all 3 titles. So now I have an extra Grand Theft Auto 3. This is in really nice condition. And then it has codes in it, which I always think is badass. If you want all the weapons, you put this code in. Gone mode, health cheat, flying camo, or something like that. I don't know. It's got all kinds of information on here. Oh, got somebody's address. Anyway, paid $2.99 for that. Hard to pass up. I don't know, you guys as collectors, man, when you find games that you already have in your collection, but they're so cheap, it's like, and they're in great shape, it's hard to pass up on it. All right, this is going to be all the 360 games. Grand Theft Auto 5. This is factory sealed. Borderlands, paid $2.99 for that. Minecraft Season 2, Story Mode, the Telltale series. That sells for like 25 bucks. I paid $2.99, so I'll be flipping that. Dark Souls 2, paid $1.99 for that. Then one of my favorite compilations, the Orange Box, Half-Life 2. And I paid $1.99 for that. That's complete. I think this sells still for, I don't know, maybe 20, 25 bucks. I'm going off of memory. I could be wrong. Next up, Duke Nukem Forever, $1.99. Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2. Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. Then Unreal Tournament. I do own this, but it's an upgrade for me. I paid $2.99 for that. Nintendo Switch game, or no, PS3, one PS3 pickup, MotorStorm. I think you can play this online. That's why I picked it up through either PS Rewired or PS2 Online. Nintendo Switch pickups, Transformers Battlegrounds, Kirby Star Allies, and then Ninjago, the movie, or the video game. All right, next up. These are all the NES games I picked up in the last console here. Rescue the Embassy Mission. Super Off-Road. It's got a super rough label. Track and Field 2. Oh, I'm sorry. $2.99 on Rescue Mission. $2.99 on Track and Field 2. $2.99 on Super Off-Road. $2.99 on Mule, which is a nice pickup. I think this game goes for a little bit of money. And then $2.99 on Bump and Jump. Oh, $4.99 for some reason on Blades of Steel. It's weird how they charge $4.99 on that one. And then $2.99 on The Karate Kid. This game actually looks fun. $2.99 on Life Force, Konami Classic. And then we have Street Fighter 2010, The Final Fight, Capcom title, $2.99 on that. And then lastly, $2.99 on Iron Tank. All right, guys. Dallas, who's your daddy? Tight White, I'm out, guys. Peace out. Have a great 2025. I'll see you guys in the next video.